Mm. Hey y'all, welcome to the Devon A. Morris Unfiltered Call-In Show. Have a seat. Let's get ready. You have any questions? Come on, call in. Come on to that Discord channel. Do me a favor, get the unfiltered crew some finger snaps. We're ready to get started here. Mondays, 8 p.m. Every single Monday, we're here. I'm excited about it. Are you? Let's get this show started, y'all. The greatest Scrum show on earth. I'll see y'all soon. Enjoy. Hello. Welcome to the Unfiltered Call-In Show, where we talk about Scrum, Agile, entrepreneurship, questions that you may have that maybe I can answer, maybe I can't. But we're going to have a conversation today. As you know, this show is all about answering your questions, so you're welcome to come and join us. Now, you can join us in two ways, right? You can either type your questions in the chat when it's that time, or you can join us on the actual show, and I'll provide a link sometime soon for that. I'll talk about how things work in a minute, but look, do me a favor, drop me a shout out. You know how it goes. How are you doing? How you doing starting out this week? That's my question, right? How are things going for you? That's my question, right? You know, some of you all are new friends to me. Others have been around for some time. So hopefully you all have had an amazing start to your week. Man, it's November for real. Like, for real. I know you've been like, this is day 7, but man, it's almost 2023. We talked about goals before, right? I wonder if y'all really worked on them goals. Like, for real? Did you? Did you not? For real? Come on now. Anyway, how we kind of operate here is we talk about a topic. Our topic today, and it's more of a curiosity thing for me, is does Agile really reduce cost? Really? I mean, in terms of what you've seen. I'm not talking about theoretically, right? I'm not talking about theoretically. Throw the theory out the window for a minute. But have you really seen Agile reduce cost in general, right? So think about that for a second, because I want to talk about it. I want to get your perspective, and I'm going to tell you about what I've seen, and then we're going to talk about the theory a little bit as well, right? But before we do that, let me tell you about what's going on. There's not a whole lot going on. This week, I'm rocking a CSM. Last week, I had a CSM. I had a CSM this weekend. I got one next week. I'm just rocking. Got to go and visit my daughter whose birthday is coming up this weekend, so got to go all the way to college for that one. So got lots of things going on. Had a lot of assignments due. Rounding out the quarter for the PhD program. Got my butt kicked last week, for real. When I say I got my butt kicked, I got my butt kicked. I'm still tired from all that stuff I had to do last week. I'm really, really tired. I may be a jeopardy of getting my first B. Like, literally, I'm not happy about that. But you know what, though? I've done my best. I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm working full-time in class full-time, cutting that in half next quarter. But because I got other things to do, like that event that I've been telling y'all about. But on that note, hopefully everything has been going well with you all. Let's see. Let's talk. I see some people here. Patrick, as usual, how you doing, brother? It's always a pleasure seeing you. Welcome. I'm good. Hopefully you and the family are good. I really want your perspective on this topic because I know you've been around the game for some time, Patrick. So, think about that topic for a second because I'm curious. Does Agile really reduce costs, right? So welcome, Patrick. Thank you. Hey, Dwayne, remember seeing you. Didn't you send a note out recently, right? About that whole trying this in education, right? You was presenting this to kids in your class. Hey, brother, I would love for you to jump on and actually let's have a conversation about it. I don't want to hear about it in the chat. I'd love to talk to you face to face. So when I drop the link in the chat, if you're comfortable, jump on. Let's have a conversation because I'd love to hear about either what you plan to experiment with or if you already tried it and what the result has been. So talk to me. So I want you to join me. I'm just giving you an invitation here, brother. Love to talk about that because there's a lot of people talking about Scrum and education and things of that nature. Jennifer, how you doing? How's it going? Hopefully you have an amazing, amazing week. Evie, how's it going for you as well? Hopefully the introduction, Lizzie last week helped everybody out. Roy, how you doing? Roy, yeah, remember seeing you, Roy. How's it going? Philip, how's it going, man? It's been a while. Been a while, man. It's been a while, Philip. Been a while. Good seeing you. Miss Shanita, make sure you tell the hubby hello. Okay. How you doing, Evelyn? How's it going? How are you doing? Well, she said I'm exited to be here. I think she means she's excited. Think. She could be like, look, I'm out of here. Denise Z, welcome, 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 welcome. So welcome to everybody. I love hearing about your story. So love for you to join me. Hey, Kay, how you doing? How you doing? Remember seeing you as well in class. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So that being said, I'll see everybody. Archer, how you doing, man? How's it going, man? How's it going, brother? Hopefully you're doing just fine, okay? So let me talk about how the show really works here so then you all understand. We're going to talk about the topic for about 10, 15 minutes. And then after that, we will open the actual lines for questions. If you plan on joining me in terms of having a conversation with me live, which I prefer, but everybody don't want to come on live, and I understand everybody don't want to come on live, so I'm okay with that. If you plan to come on live with me, here's the place to queue up. Here's the place where you jump into the green room, and I'm going to throw that in the chat so you all can see it, whether you're on LinkedIn or you're actually on YouTube. You are welcome. There's the link. I'll make sure I pass it off later again. So let's talk real quick, everybody. Let's talk real quick. Tell me, what is your experience when it comes to budget, when it comes to Agile being something that truly reduces cost, right? Now, look, here's the deal. I want you to throw all the little theory aside, right? If we collaborate, if we prioritize things, if we, all these things we say happens. But I'm talking about when you look at brass tacks, right? You look at the actual, black and red. You in the black or you in the red, right? That's the real question. You in the black, you in the red. Which one is it? And so I'm curious as to what you all have experienced because I've seen a few things. And I can tell you inside of organizations where that mostly leans toward. It mostly leans in a particular direction, and it strongly leans in a particular direction. Really does. Now, that could be for many reasons. I'm not putting all the reasons up around and everything else. I'm not saying I don't know all the perfect reasons. But I'm curious when you think about Agile, because we always say, time to market. Yeah, time to market, time to market. We say that as a benefit for Agile. And so we always say that Agile, Scrum, at time to market. Great. I've heard that many a times, right? I also heard reduce costs. I'm less worried about the time to market. you know, I'm more worried about the reduced cost because that's one conversation that I really don't see because I really think that reduced cost thing is a unicorn. And my question is, have you ever seen that unicorn before? Have you experienced that I mean, I've experienced it a couple times, but have you experienced that unicorn before? Well, you actually seen, because we are doing Agile, Scrum, Kanban, whatever it is, that you've seen an active, significant enough impact in terms of reduction of cost. Tell me, talk to me, people. What do you all think? Drop a note in the chat. Let me know what you think. My experience has been, in terms of the majority of places that I've been, which has classically been with larger companies that may not have as much product focus. My experience has classically been, that I don't see a reduction in cost. What I classically see is we might get more requirements or features done for that same cost, but not that the cost gets reduced. And that is normally a sign of an organization where the department or area must spend about the same budget every single year. And so they really get in that place where they're going to spend this budget. And so if we're going to spend this budget, we're just going to add more features, or we'll get less features done, or whatever that number is. The scope becomes the flexible thing that moves up and down. But if we typically spend the same budget. Now that has been in companies that have less of a product focus, like big finance companies and insurance companies and stuff like that, right? So where there's not a real huge product focus. However, in the few companies where I've seen that there's a lot more product focus, I have actually seen a reduction in cost. And that reduction in cost has been at the sacrifice of gaining the ROI that is expected. So we prioritize the backlog accordingly. We get the expected, or we are going to get the expected return on investment. And then they say, let's cut that and let's move on to something different. Okay, so in that situation, in more organizations that have more of a product focus, I see that happening. But organizations where there's more of a project focus, I don't see that necessarily happening. You know, am I thinking wrong? Am I crazy here? Am I the only one that's having that experience? I don't know. Let me talk to you all. Let me see what you all think, because it's very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay? So just like, okay, here's how we're gonna rock this. So let's talk about this for a second, right? So I'm looking, and let me add something to, let's see what Patrick is saying here, right? In theory, it does reduce costs because you are able to curtail waste, rework, da da da. But Patrick, understand, let's assume all that stuff happened. Does it actually reduce cost in reality? We talk about the exact thing that you're saying right there is the exact thing that I hear about all the time, no matter what organization it is. And matter of fact, I work for Bearded Eagle. I'm guilty of presenting that story. I'm absolutely guilty of presenting that story. I am. And again, all things being equal, you know, I'm not saying that there's all this bad quality of one way versus another. I'm not saying, but literally, even if we get the benefits of curtail waste, rework, obsolete, do they still just put in more features and it still costs the same much? I'm curious about that, because the question is in my head is, if we see all that rework and everything else actually happen, my question becomes, do we actually see an increase in return on investment? And I don't see that all the time. Product focused companies, I get closer to that. But if that is not a product focus, then the answer to that is a likely no. I'm curious of what you've seen. I see Philip here, right? Philip's been around. He's done things, right? Let's see. Let's throw that up here. Cost may be the same, but the value grows. Well, that's what I'm hoping, Philip. I'm hoping that the value grows, that we get other things. Like Patrick mentioned, hey, less rework, higher quality. That makes things more valuable. Does it cost the exact same? So what I'm hearing from you all is that even if the cost is the same, there are other benefits that are valuable here. You understand? So it may not be that we may see a reduction in cost. It may be we see more value delivered, or we see value in other areas as just as important. I'm curious about it, right? So I like that answer. I love that answer. I see that. I get it. I get an agreement. This is good. I get an agreement. That's a good thing, right? Um, I haven't seen a reduction in costs, right? Denise agrees. I mean, I agree with you, Denise. I agree with Patrick too. I really do. I agree with Philip. I really agree with everybody, right? Because the realistic statement is, I don't classically see a reduction in cost. She says some things get out the market faster. I agree with that. But overall, it comes back with defects. I hope not. Let's not assume quality problems here. Okay. So I get it. I get it. I get it. These kind of things do happen. Okay. Hopefully we deal with that bad quality, and kind of Patrick brings that up. You know, putting bad quality to the side for a second there, right? Okay. So let's talk, right? I'm just curious, right? If you really think to yourself about this whole agile thing and this whole cost thing, I would be comfortable saying that utilizing all things being equal, okay? I'm not talking about, you are the most effective agile team on the planet. I'm not saying you're the worst agile team. I'm not saying that you have more defects or less defects. Let's just say everything's average here. But averagely speaking, if you are doing Scrum, Agile, Kanban, whatever it is that you like to do, I want to see an improvement in some area. So let's just say that it is cost. Okay, great. That's an improvement in some area. But let's just say that we don't see a reduction in cost. Then the question becomes, what would we expect to see when we don't see that reduction in cost becomes the question. And I would say things like quality improvements, lowering rework, and many other factors that come up. So really an increase in value, not just the value of what the return on investment is, but the value in terms of the work that we're doing, the quality that we're doing, maybe even the quality of life for some people. Does that make sense? And so as I pull it back, I'm thinking to myself, hey, how do we want to think about this thing? There's many ways to think about this, but depending on the organization, depending on their focus, could have a huge impact on whether you actually see a reduction in cost. And if you don't see that reduction in cost, then the question is, did you see an improvement in other areas? Did you see value in other areas? Now, the only problem I have is that nobody can prove that that's true. Do anybody know of a study, an organization that has more than just evidence, have actual proof that that's true? A lot of us will point to the Standish report, right? A lot of us will report to the Standish report. But if I'm correct, and I don't know 100%. If I'm correct, there's some bias that could exist in the Standish report. And I would investigate that if I'm you, right? Because I used to use Standish reports data all the time, trying to present whether the Agile or waterfall thing, which one is better, right? But I think the information may be biased. I can't guarantee it. Take that with a grain of salt, right? Don't sue me, nothing like that. This is just what I've seen over the past. That there may be some bias in it. So make sure you validate that. Make sure you validate that for sure. Does that make sense? So realistically, I want you to think about this, because it's all important. Okay? It's all important. All right, so that's really it. That's our topic for the day. And this is how we operate all the time. We actually present a topic for 10, 15 minutes. We talk about it. And then after that, we open the floor for questions. Now, one of the things that I've done is I went ahead and dropped into the chat the actual link. The actual link. So if you're planning to join us to have a real conversation with me, to talk face to face with me right now, I would advise that you join me in the chat, okay? In the actual online. So let me go ahead and throw the link on LinkedIn, and let me do the same thing on YouTube so you all have it. Okay, so now I'm feeling good about that being there, okay? So that being said, let's go ahead and queue up. let's go ahead and get this thing going the way that it needs to go. And I'm going to get started here because I got someone waiting in the green room. Some people actually do make a mistake and just join the green room because they want to join the show, but we're going to see how this actually operates and works. So, that being said, let's go ahead and bring in my caller here. There's my guest one. Hey, how you doing now? Are you joining? Don't look like you join. Don't look like you joining the show, man. Don't look. Are you joining the show? Maybe not. You're live. Okay. I may have to take you off, man. All right. So let's see. That's not working. You don't hear me. So I'm gonna come back here, and we're gonna deal with that accordingly. Okay. So I need for you all to just join us. Join us if you're gonna join us, or maybe not. So we're gonna see. So let me send you back to the breakout room. Give me just a second here. Let's see. Go ahead and answer this call here. And let me do this. Get rid of you from here. And let me go ahead and add you, my friend, and let's have a conversation. All right. Hey, Dwayne, how's it going, man? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. How's it going, brother?
It's going good. How's it going with you?
Man, I have no complaints. I have no complaints at all. You sparked my interest, man, because you put an actual comment on YouTube talking about what you were doing. Can you give me the quick synopsis and give the audience the quick synopsis of what you're attempting to do and what you tried, and let's have a conversation.
Yeah. So first of all, I was in your ACSM course last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was absolutely amazing. I'm Dwayne Hill. My background's in education. I was a teacher for 6 years, 5 to 6 years. I
Yeah.
taught middle school math, right?
Okay.
And as we know, there's this big, great migration away from teachers because of they don't pay enough, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
them are just tired and fed up.
Yeah.
So I use Scrum first to get that beginning experience by using it for classroom management.
Okay.
The kids are crazy. They're going everywhere. You hear a lot of feedback.
I hear some feedback, man. I do.
Let me see.
Okay. All right. Sound like it's gone down. That's quite interesting. Say something.
Yeah. Is it
Okay.
me?
Well, it. Yeah.
Okay.
It did. Don't worry about it. We're good now.
Cool. Yeah. So backgrounds in education, and I use it for
Mm-hmm.
classroom management. One of the
Okay.
things about middle school kids, perception is reality. Whatever their world is, that's the truth. And you
Okay.
won't get anything out of them if you don't give them something that they want to buy into. So I
Okay.
use Scrum for that to get my kids to buy in, and really take ownership of their learning. Because if you don't
Mm-hmm.
care, if I'm trying to teach you, you're not gonna get it. And a lot of
Yeah.
those kids, especially in sixth grade, are in that real big time in their life where everything's changing around them. You can't
Okay.
afford to not be locked in on your
Okay.
school. So I implemented, retros.
Yeah. Okay.
Help me do my tests, to help me plan how I was going to do the week coming up, because I wanted their feedback on how they felt about what they were taking.
Okay.
So
Okay.
everything from then was just, what if I could have done more? Because I ended up leaving teaching and I went and pursued being a scrum master full
Mm-hmm.
time. Got my CSM, got a wonderful job. I'm out in Oklahoma now, and I'm doing this scrum thing over and over
Mm-hmm.
again. And I can't stop thinking about, I want to go back, and not so much to do scrum for the kids, but
Yeah.
to do scrum for the teachers, because one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that Scrum will do, and I've seen it from my own teams
Mm-hmm.
multiple times over, Scrum makes people happy. Scrum keeps people happy, and it helps
Yeah.
that workflow. Teachers are overworked. So let's
Yeah.
help the workflow. Let's get their input. Let's fix things that they are actually stressing about in the
Agreed.
school system. And then they see that incremental change, and then they buy into you so they don't leave. And the
Mm-hmm.
hardest thing for people to do, especially principals, and I know they're very frustrated, and
Yeah.
it's a weird spot for them, but it's hard for them to retain and keep people, good people. and that's what
Yeah.
our kids is good people, good teachers. Um, so that's my hope. That's my dream. I'm doing
Okay.
Scrum job,
Okay.
but like that's my big vision for.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question, right? Have you looked up any resources associated with that? Because the most interesting thing is that I've worked with a group of people out in Phoenix, Arizona, Hope High School, Blueprint Education, that were doing Scrum in the classroom, all of Scrum in the classroom. And they were doing a great job, and they always show up at the Agile conferences. So I want you to look up them in Phoenix, Arizona. I also want you to look up Edu Scrum. EDU Scrum, right? Some people started doing this overseas. And then there are folks like a certified Scrum trainer. His name is John Miller. Look up, and you could talk to me. Matter of fact, here's what I will say to you. If you're passionate about that, Dwayne, here's what I offer you. You find a school where you can volunteer and be a Scrum master, and I'll train them for you.
I'll take you up on that
You find a school, but here's the deal, right? Here's what you got to do. It can't be a school that got everything. It got to be a school where there's a need, where there's kids that really have a need, right? I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I grew up in poverty. People coming in to help us out was few and far between. So if you can get a school and get a principal that's interested enough to run this experiment and get teachers that are interested enough to run this experiment, I'd be willing to do it with you.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I need a project for 2023. I'm looking
Yeah,
for projects for 2023.
yeah. And here's the thing: I know it's gonna work.
Well,
Like,
I've seen it work, man. I know I've seen it work. So you ain't got to know it. It's already worked, right? So there's no
yeah,
question. I'm telling you, it's already worked. I know people where it's worked, right? And once you get that, then we can start figuring out how we can connect with the rest of the people in the community that are actually doing it. But we need to get somebody that's willing to do it within the school system. So if you can do that legwork and make that happen, then I guarantee to you that within the next 3 years we can have an impact on a few hundred kids' lives.
yes, I absolutely agree. And we do this with grown adults all the time,
Yeah,
every day. The impact of just seeing their lives, because adults, it's every day is the same thing for a lot of them.
yeah,
Scrum comes in, switches stuff up. They're gonna be mad at first,
yeah,
but
yeah.
then they see it and they latch on to it.
Mm-hmm.
And for kids, especially in those earlier years,
Mm-hmm.
once you latch on to education and once they care,
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you want?
Man, I'm in. It sounds like you're passionate about it. Because of your passion, I'm passionate about it. I mean, and literally, these are the kind of things that like when we talked last week in the ACSM. You know, ACSM turned out really well. Anybody want to join us? You're welcome to join us for the ACSM. We had a wonderful and great time. It's one of the few places I get to do great stuff in. Right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a CSPSM starting next year sometime, right? But the idea, man, is that I look at all the passionate people that we had in the room last week, and the question is, can you turn that passion into change for the community, your household? Can you actually do that? And I love to see when people are interested in doing that. So I applaud what you're trying to do, man. I really, really do. And I just really want to see how I can help. That's it.
Yes, I
That's it.
appreciate it. And I'll do that legwork. I'll see what I can do. And I got some schools in mind. So
Okay.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, here's the deal. You have my email. You have my information. You reach out to me. We just schedule a time. I'll work with you through whatever. You got some ideas you want to bounce back and forth. I got you. And I guarantee that there are some people that are here in this arena, whether it's YouTube or LinkedIn, that would love to be a part of this as well. So I think you can build a whole movement within your area just trying to make this kind of change. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm waiting for you, man. I'm actually waiting for you now. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for you, man. So we got to make it happen, man. We really got to make it happen. So I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, that's
Absolutely.
good, man. That's good. I really like that, and I want you to come back and let me know how it's going. Let the community here know how it's going. You got people already here saying, that is so cool. They want to see it. That's wonderful. I love the idea of Agile in schools. So literally, I think you will get all kinds of support. And then, not to mention, man, it's one of those things where I guarantee you we can find a way to pull a Scrum Alliance in if we needed to. If we needed to if we needed to, right? So I think that this would be a great thing. So how I'm ready, man. I'm ready. So this is a good idea. Just know you're not the first to do it. No, that means there's some groundwork that exists there. Matter of fact, someplace on the internet, look up Agile Manifesto for Education. It's probably when it exists. I remember we were shopping that around, talking about that at a Scrum gathering 5 or 6 years ago, right? So it might be on the internet. And if it's not, I guarantee you we can get access to it. I'm not sounding crazy, am I? We
Sure,
just got to
not to
make it
me.
happen. Okay. All right, man. All right. All right. I'm waiting for you, brother. I'm really waiting for you. All right, then, Dwayne, anything else on your mind here? This is good. Hey, just every few months, just check back with me. Let me know how things are going. If you get stuck, reach out to me. If you need to use my name as a certified Scrum trainer, may help. Um, the credentials could help. Remember I'm a PMP, certified Six Sigma black belt. I'm in school for a PhD. All those little things like that might help, right? So if you need to utilize that kind of stuff, just let me know. I got you. I appreciate you, brother. Let me know, okay? All right. I'll see you next go round. Great. Man, that was great, y'all. I mean, that was great. I saw a couple other people that called in. I see you came off. Oh man, I gotta change this back. I don't even know. Okay, let me fix my little thing here. There we go. I'm back now. Here's the deal, y'all. Ideas like that I love. I love ideas like that. You understand? I really love it. It's stuff that I really want to do, but man, I don't have time, right? But it's something I could definitely support, right? So yeah, these are great ideas. Great ideas, love them, and we always see great ideas like that. I've seen them always come across the community, right? I will throw this out one more time. I saw a few people join, they left, but again, it's always a queue sometimes when it comes to this thing. So you are welcome to join us on live or you're welcome to throw your questions in the chat. I dropped the link for the joining the show in the chat. And any questions you have, drop them in the chat. But Dwayne, I really appreciate you coming on. I know I called you out to come on. Thank you for taking the class last week. I actually just got feedback about the class from last week. Everybody super excited about what happened, super fired up about Scrum. If you are a certified Scrum Master, your next step, if you're trying to be involved in this, is to become an advanced certified Scrum Master. I know when I do the class, we give you way more information than what we should. It's just facts. And so we will be doing a CSP SM as soon as I get enough people that want to do it. It's realistically, that's what it boils down to, right? So you're interested in becoming a CSP? Come on, let's make it happen, right? Um, so this is good. This is exciting to me, right? This if there's anything that the one thing about this show is I want you all to really own this show. I want this to be a community that you all can take advantage of, right? And here's the deal. We are at about 675 people. There'll come a day when we got 675 subscribers. There'll come a day when we have 2,000 subscribers. 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, maybe 100,000, right? And it's going to be a lot harder to do things. Maybe we can get more people moving at the same time, but this is that beginning time where we have an opportunity to really be a lot more intimate with each other, right? Get to know the people here if you got the opportunity to. I know people that have connected with each other offline and they have helped each other do things. And this is what this community is about. It's not just about me, it's about you all turning this into whatever you all want to turn it into. Because if you all say we really want to go in this direction and y'all support going in that direction, you know what I'm gonna do? Go in that direction. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I didn't create it for me, I created it for us. You understand? I created it for us. So this is our community, people. And how we decide to move forward with it is how we decide to move forward with it. And I would love to see things happen when we're doing stuff in schools. And we invite other Scrum Masters who's been around this show to come join us, right? Come join us in doing some of this community service. I'm a big proponent that if we go to somebody's town, we should be leaving a presence behind. They should know that we have been there for positive reasons, not just for negative reasons. We've shown up and we've made some type of impact on that community. Look at this. You see my Scrum Fit shirt, y'all? I'm getting back. I did some stuff. They told me, I was told that I was going to say this, and I'm trying not to say it, but I'm going to say it. Make sure you take care of your health as you get older. I don't have no problems. I don't have no problems, right? I really don't. Okay. But I was told, you know, yeah. So anyway, I'm glad you love the shirt, right? This is Scrum Fit. One day I'm gonna have to talk about my gym thing. I'm gonna have to talk about my gym thing because I do Scrum Fit every single week. I really do. Every single week, I have a sprint related to my health goals, right? I've been for the past, I would say I have some rough themes that I operate with. And this quarter, my theme has been doing preventative health maintenance kind of things. And so I literally went and had a colonoscopy. I did. It's just truth, right? Now that is disgusting, but it's something that you should do. So when you get to be about 45, you probably should think about doing things like that and taking care of your health. But this month is really that, not this, like this quarter is really all about me taking care of my health, right? I want to make sure I last a long time, right? I last a long time. I'll be around here messing with y'all as an old man. And I'm super healthy, no question, right? So I love it. And the only thing I need to do is just make sure I tighten up. The only thing I need to do is make sure that I got a six pack at 50. Oh, I'm gonna have a six pack at 50. That's what I'm gonna do. Scrum Fit, baby. I'm gonna have a six. Don't hold me to that, y'all. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. No, 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 no. I haven't, hey, here's the deal, right? I'm very hesitant on letting my brand stuff go out there, right? So I was going to create some of these shirts for people to buy, and I probably will soon. But if we're gonna do these kind of shirts, I need people to be like on the health, taking care of their health tip. Like I literally need people to really be thinking about that. So yeah, this is my brand. This is another thing that I do. So it is just one of those things. I should be selling merchandise, but I don't. I probably will next year. It is on the menu for next year. But I don't right now. And I don't because, you know, I don't be trying to take money from people. I just be trying to give stuff away, right? Yeah, health is wealth. That's the whole important thing, right? So it is one of those things where I want you all to be around a long time. I want to be around a long time. But if y'all really want me to get these things and prepare them, I can. Y'all just let me know. I can, I got websites that I can put stuff up on. So yeah, so we'll see. People interested, you let me know. But yeah, but anyway, no, it's just been a lovely week, y'all. You know what? It's been a lovely week. So anyway, you know what? And the thing that's crazy, let me tell you, Denise, the thing that's crazy. I got a white version of this, I got a red version of this, and I have this black version of this. I love it. I love it. Right? Absolutely love it. And then I got my other uniform that is rugby shirts. I remember one point, you know, I call my rugby shirts that I have for Bearded Eagle. I call them my uniform, and I kind of operate like, let me have the same color. So I got 10 to 20 of these same color shirts, and I just wear them every day. I just wear them every day, right? And so if I wear it every day, then people was telling me like, "Hey man, do you have any other clothes?" Oh man. If I was actually if I was actually in a position where I go grab the shirt, I would go grab the red shirt and I would show it to you. Oh man. Let me send a note to see if somebody can bring it, right? My red Scrum Fit shirt. Let's see. So yeah, but I love the red one. I do actually like the red one, right? Yeah, I do actually like the red one. I mean, I love these shirts, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I can't, obviously, it's what I do. And did I put something in the back? I did. I don't even know what I got on the back on it. Y'all can read that right there, cause I done forgot what I got on the back of this shirt. What it say? Hopefully, yeah. I don't know what it say. Oh man, you know. So yeah. So anyway, I'm actually sending a note. I may be able to show them to you. I'll show them to you next time, whatever it is, right? The art of fitness. There you go. There you go. There you go. I just be throwing on my clothes. Like I just go in, I grab something, I literally just go grab whatever and be like, this is what I'm wearing, right? And so I'm over here this morning. I'm rushing to cut my hair because I grew up on the south side of Chicago, so I don't go to the barber shop. I was too broke when I grew up on the south side of Chicago. So I cut my own hair, right? And I've been cutting my hair since I was a kid, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to brushing my teeth with baking soda too, because I find my teeth are much better. They're much cleaner that way. So anyway, the point is, these are not rugby shirts though. I want you to know these are not rugby shirts, right? So these are not rugby shirts. These are just regular, workout kind of shirts, right? Um, the rugby shirts are quite different. The rugby shirts are really different. They're really like rugby shirts. They're like real rugby shirts. Because you know what we would do, y'all? You know what we would do? I don't have it right here, but like when we were doing public classes, we had these. You know how you got planning poker and you have planning poker cards? We have this for every single class. Like every class, we would give these out for many, many years. So we have this stuff that's all over the place, right? In terms of Bearded Eagle. And then I'm looking, I don't see it. Normally I have stuff around, but I don't see it around. We also had these rugby balls too. And if I saw it around here, I would just grab one for you and actually show you the rugby ball. It probably would be deflated, but I don't see it. But yeah, we had rugby balls too. And what we would do, which was really interesting, y'all, was really interesting when we had public classes, right? We put them on the tables, all these different rugby balls. And then you take the class, you sign the ball. Well, we only did it in Dallas though, okay? Because it was too hard carrying those balls around. So we had people sign the ball, whenever they come to class. So we have this whole like slew of balls that are signed. It's like 40 or 50 balls that signed over the years of all the people we kind of trained in Dallas if they wanted to sign the ball, right? And so we just had all these traditions that we would do, especially we had to actually stop doing it because we had too many balls. I didn't know what to do with them, man. I mean, I literally did not know what to do with them balls. We had so many balls, it was ridiculous. Like, it was literally ridiculous. Like, it was crazy how many balls we had, right? So it was like, that's wild. And they're also signed, so it ain't like we can sell them. We probably got a few that we could sell, but yeah, they were real rugby balls. I'm looking over here to see if I see them over there. Let me look over here real quick, y'all. So let me look real quick, see if I see them, and then I'll show you the ball if I see the ball over here. So if the ball is over here, I'm gonna be able to show you. If it's not, then I can't show you. I don't see it, but I think I'll make sure that I bring it next time and show you this kind of stuff. This is part of our Bearded Eagle history. We kind of That's kind of how we always rocked in terms of Bearded Eagle. When we just start doing public classes, we'll get back to doing stuff like that. Because it's just like I'm real serious about you not embarrassing me on the street. You understand? I'm like super serious. Like I don't want anybody. I want you to when you come and you connect with me in almost any kind of way. I want you to be as good, if not better than me, because I don't have no jealousy. I ain't trying to be. My philosophy is you need to one up me. Take it to the next level, right? That's how I always think. Like if you got a business that's an agile business, man, go get it more. I think it's enough money out here for all of us. I just think it is. I just really do. I don't know why. I could be crazy, but I just really think that, right? And so my philosophy is I don't have any jealousy. Jealous ones envy. I just don't have it. Okay? So I want to see you build up and be the best version of you that you can actually be. The absolutely best version. Okay? Y'all not asking no more questions, man. Y'all done? Y'all not trying to ask me no more questions? Y'all want to see that bearded eagle ball? I know you do. It is a cool. It's like a rugby ball. Like we took real rugby balls, real rugby balls. Like for real, for real. I think I actually got them out in the whatchamacallit, but in the storage area. But yeah, I'll show them to you, and I'll show you the shirts once I get the opportunity to grab them. I can't be running off the show going to grab everything. If it was close, like I'm literally still looking around to see if I see them, and I don't see them, because otherwise I'll just show them to you. But yeah, they're not right there either. So yeah, it's an amazing thing. Look look in the bedroom on the shelf. There should be one of the white shirts. There should be a white one there. Yeah, I need a rugby ball. So yeah, so I got help. We're gonna see if this can work out. So anyway, what questions do you all have? Because now you're not asking me any questions. Now we can start talking about all kinds of other stuff, right? Which is crazy because it's supposed to be about answering questions. Any questions that y'all have, please drop it in the chat as I go and do these other things that I do, or at least try to show you this other stuff. So yeah, man, I'm looking over here. I gotta find a way to take care of this book, right? I got this book by H.G. Wells. If you know H.G. Wells, the book is from 1895. It's called The Time Machine. I need to store the book better. I don't know how to do it, so I'm gonna have to figure out something around that, right? Yeah, but it's literally H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. It's sitting right over there. I'm gonna have to do something with it, right? Yeah, man. You know, it's just, in terms of creating a business, these are things that you do to stand out. Having, cards like this, um, was always a benefit, always a major plus, right? People have always contacted us based on things like this. And then, yeah, the shirt should be along with those white shirts. Okay. All right, y'all. Here you go. Here's a rugby ball example. That's a rugby ball. Anybody that trained with us here in Dallas Fort Worth that when it came into our offices would be able to know that rugby ball because people would sign the rugby balls, right? People would actually sign them. Okay. And we got tons of these, man. We got tons of them. I had to really deflate them, you know, because you can see people really signed them. Let's see if it focuses. Yeah, you can see people really signed them. 2019 big conference, Dallas. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, you can see that for sure. So you see that? I mean, for real. And anybody can sign it that came in. Thank you. Here's this other one, which is crazy. See that? And boom. And then there's the red ones too. Yeah, the red one's someplace. I don't know where it's at. I normally it's probably wrapped up with the rest of my clothes. As I actually wear the red one. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. So yeah, so that right there. So literally, that's what this is the stuff that we do, right? Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right, no problem. I'm gonna work on that merchandise thing for sure. Okay, no question. I got you. Even the bearded eagle jerseys. People wanted the bearded eagle jerseys. Yeah, yeah. It's like y'all. I have an ownership thing. Like, I want people to be a part of a really exclusive club. I do. So anyway, just if you're gonna do it, just represent is the best way I can say it, right? I got a question here. What would you look for areas of improvement on a previously successful team? Hey, Dwayne, here's what I would do. If I'm honest with you, I would ask them. I would ask them. So a previously successful team knows that they had some issues that they experienced. Dwayne, I'm not sure if I did it in the ACSM. I probably didn't. But I have a retrospective that I do, and I thought I did it. I may not have done it. And if you follow the steps of that retrospective with your team, let them come up with the areas of improvement. And if you let them come up with the areas of improvement, that actually would allow them to have more buy-in into it. So I'm not sure if you know my retrospective that I know that I do by default. And one day I can share it with everybody here with no problem. But I kind of teach the Scrum Masters that so that they at least have something to at least begin with. But Dwayne, I would actually go ahead and just have a really solid retrospective and have them come up with those things. See, what you have to remember is as a Scrum Master, you are supposed to be a facilitator. You are not supposed to be coming up with all the answers. Yeah, do some team building exercises, find ways to do retrospectives that are creative. But I would approach it in that way, Dwayne. Okay, so very, very important. Okay. So yes, yes. We're gonna get to the merchandise and hit that and do that. Let's see. Question. If I could display one trait or skill to represent my training from Bearded Eagle, what would it be? Oh man. What I would say, if there's one trait that you can um, display, it would be a dogmatic, enthusiastic tenacity. Because Philip the thing about our trainings that are really unique is we have a love for Scrum. And we always over the years had issues bringing other trainers in to do Scrum for Bearded Eagle because a lot of those trainers didn't have the same love for Scrum and didn't have the same enthusiasm. So I think that if you really have that dogmatic, right, enthusiastic tenacity, I think that that's the trait that you can display that would let people know you connected to us for sure. Okay. And it's not about you having the same style as us. It's about you having your own enthusiasm for this thing that you love. So if it's me, that's what I think that other people who really, really make a name for themselves that are associated with Bearded Eagle, they have this enthusiasm about them, right? And so, like Philip, John Signo. You know John Signo. You've been through, Brandon Land or something like that when John Signo. John Signo is an alumni of Bearded Eagle. You would never say that John Signo's style is exactly like mine, but his presence, his dogmatic, like literally enthusiastic tenacity comes through. And so you can see that in him. Some of you all could be connected with Victor, for example. That's another guy where you would see that. You may see that with other people that I've trained over the years. But I would say that trait is the one that you would want to display and see. And you have it in you. You have a love for it. Trust me. I've seen you around this thing for a long time, Philip, and doing everything that you need to do to make it happen. So that's what I would show, okay, for sure. Let's see. Okay, all right. So yeah. So Dwayne, you're saying I did show that retrospective. Oh yeah. Okay, you left a high. Yes, I did. You left a high performing team, and it was hard for them to find something to improve on. Again, that retrospective is the key. That retrospective is the key. And here's the deal: like if you have a team that can't find nothing to improve, then take your retrospective someplace else. Like have a retrospective while y'all eating ice cream, right? Do something that switches it up, like completely switches it up. Like have a retrospective that's not about a retrospective. Have a retrospective where the executives or any higher ups that you can come and serve ice cream to the team. Just 15 minutes at a time, right? So if you can do that, that would be helpful. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. John Signo is Bearded Eagle alumni. Yeah, absolutely. But John Signo got that. Yeah. I trained John Signo like in 2013, 2012 when I first became a trainer. Like literally. So me and John, we're close. If John called me right now, if John called me right now and needed something, I got him all day. I literally got him. Because, realistically, for people that's alumni from us and they go out and get it, they don't actually come to me unless they need something. They don't come for me for the frivolous, everyday questions you can get answered just by through your tenacity and making it happen. They go out and they get it, and then they come back when they get stuck or they about to try something new and they need a little perspective, right? And so, I don't know, I got businesses, right? There's a lot of knowledge I have in this brain that I don't have no problem sharing with my peeps. Like I have no problem sharing it with my peeps. At some point, I might have a mastermind. Yeah, I'm gonna have a mastermind. It'll be next year. Oh yeah. I actually love doing this. I look forward to actually doing this every Monday. I really do. It's like I get to. It's like the more and more I do this, the more and more we become family, right? Like, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna have a family reunion. Like, I'm just making stuff up. Yeah, we're gonna have a family reunion. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna write this down. Family reunion. That's what we're gonna have. A family reunion. Now I don't know when this family reunion gonna be, but we're gonna do it on Zoom or someplace where we can have a family reunion. So I need volunteers to help organize the family reunion. Oh man. For real, you think I'm lying? Do you know? Let me tell y'all something. Do you know I have been doing genealogy research for over 40 years? Like, I'm not lying to you. I've been doing genealogy research since I was 8. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man, we've had an opportunity to have some major impacts in major cities. Like I've had a big impact in India. I definitely had a big impact in New York, Chicago, Atlanta, DFW, Washington D.C. Um, yeah, for real. We we do this like no play, no joke, right? I don't know who bringing the potato salad. I don't know, but Jennifer, we not having a family reunion if you don't help organize it. How about that one? But yeah. I'm for real though. I'm for real. We need to have a family reunion. We need to pick like a date in the future, not like next week. We need to pick a date in the future, sometime next week. Maybe we should do like a Christmas party. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty dope. I actually like the idea. I'm thinking about it. But if y'all want to do it, you just let me know, and we'll do it. Okay, we'll do it. I'm not lying to you. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. It ain't over. It ain't over. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. Some of you just went right over your head when I said that. All right, so that being said, on that note, look, y'all, this is always a pleasure. I enjoy this community. I actually do absolutely love y'all. I love that we show up and we spend this time together. It feels more and more like home for me. Hopefully, it feels more like home for you. Here's the deal. I always forget to ask this in the beginning. So if you like the show, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you send it to other people. Make sure that you like it. I want to make sure that other people see it. and other people start enjoying what we're actually doing here, and we build a bigger community because I want you all to be able to network within each other. I want you all to be able to benefit within each other. I would love to see the day where, employers come to us and ask, "Hey, man, you got the unfiltered crew over here, man. You got the whole unfiltered crew over here. What can we do? Yeah, what can we do? What can we do with them, right?" And so I want to see things like that happen, but that thing happens as we grow. On that note, y'all, this has been a pleasure. It is always a pleasure. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Not that I like to advertise for folks. This right here comes out. It's coming out. Black Panther. I want to see what they do with Chadwick Boseman and how they deal with that situation. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna go out and make it happen. My family's gonna see it. It's interesting when you start getting people that's older than you telling you we should go see Black Panther. But that's okay. That's what you do when you got family. And you know what? You all are my family too. So I'm gonna say, hey y'all, I really appreciate the time that we spent. Look, say bye to me. Say bye to me. You all have such an amazing week. You have such an amazing week. And think about that family reunion. Think about that. Think about that, right? Think about us doing that because I love for us to get together in a room, even if it's virtual, and just kind of hang out for an hour, talk about stuff for an hour. I think that would be so sweet, right? I like the idea. It's crazy. Anyway, that being said, I do appreciate y'all. This has been wonderful and great. You all have a amazing week, a super amazing week. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you next Monday at this time. Enjoy, everybody. Have a good one.